Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rockwell Spot coming at you with another installment of Building the Team. Now, this week's build, 600 points, anything goes. Now, my initial thoughts in the last week, I've known this was the build since Monday night. My initial thoughts were, of course, build an X-Force team, build build things I've been building that I build over and over again for the last few months at least. So I thought to myself, you know what? Why don't we focus on something we haven't built in a very long while, and so at least not in a constructed format. So I decided it was time to dig back out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles HeroClix. Now, this is something that Mouser Mayhem box set box, but it's also a great place for me to currently store all the figures. Now, there are four major named or unique keywords in the four Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles HeroClix sets. There's TMNT, which has 8 versions has a lot of versions of various of 4 characters. You know those 4: Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello. But before we get into actually building the other being TMNT Allies, TMNT Villains, and Foot Clan. Now, before we get into actually building the team, let's actually talk some about the Ninja Turtles franchise. So, initially, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a comic book released in 1984 by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. It's kind of a parody of Daredevil, New Mutants, Cerebus, and Ronin, which were all big deal, major comics at the time. But yeah, New Mutants were teenagers, Teenage Mutants, Daredevil and Ronin, ninjas, and Cerebus by Dave Sim, who builds an anthropomorphized animal. So hey, why not have turtles that are anthropomorphized? Anyway, in 1987, the Ninja Turtles exploded into the mainstream with both a cartoon and a toy line, which were much lighter in tone than the comic book was. Almost 20 years later, almost 30 years later, in 2016, the first HeroClix set was released. So far, there are 4 HeroClix sets, each one having been a Gravity feed. Also, the Ninja Turtles has been one of the most enduring franchises in pop culture. I mean, probably the only two I can think of the only 2 franchises off the top of my head that I can think of that are as enduring as the Ninja Turtles, or more so, are Star Wars and Star Trek. Even in the period when there wasn't a Ninja Turtles show, you could say Ninja Turtles, and anyone from the ages of 5 to 25 knew what you were talking about. There have also been, 5 live action movies, an animated theatrical movie, various animated incarnations, numerous video games, My favorite one is, in all honesty, the four-player arcade game. That was the bomb. Probably, actually, that's probably one of my favorite video games of all time. That's something we can talk about later. Anyway, so let's get to the team. Now, unlike last week where we were coming in after the fact because of an ID10T error, we're going in beforehand, so we're going to build two teams. So, okay. First off, we're going to build a TMNT Allies team. Now, why a TMNT Allies? Why not just a TMNT team? Well, because most of the turtles that I have are low cost. In fact, the common turtles from the first set are 50 points apiece. The ones from the second set are 60 points apiece. They're not high point figures. The rares from the first set are 60 points. The rares / super rares, I've got both rares, Raphael and Michelangelo, yeah, and one of the super rares, Donatello. From the second set, they are 100 points apiece, and I've got Donatello and Raphael. I'd freaking kill for both those Leonardos. I would probably do horrible, unspeakable things for the black and white Chase Leonardo from the first set. But enough about that, because that's, yeah. Anyway, so the characters involved. First off, we're totally using the common turtles from the first set because I've got experience using them. I'll go into what they do here in a moment after I've pulled out their cards. Alright, so the 50-point common turtles from the first Ninja Turtles set. First off, we've got Raphael, animal, martial artist, TMNT ally. They've all got that, with the exception of Donatello, who also has scientist. Okay, so also all four of them have the trait fighting through the swarms. When Raphael hits an opposing character after action resolve, you may place him in any square adjacent to that character. Or, Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo. You get the idea. Also, they each have a... Excuse me. Alright. Let's dig these bad boys out, shall we? There's Raph. I got a lot of Raphaels, I swear. From the first set. Like, seriously, this thing is freaking lousy with them. Okay, there's Leo. Mikey. Give it to Mikey, he'll eat anything. Come on. Where are you at, Donnie? Of course oh, duh, there you are. Okay, so let's start off with Raph. Now, I was about to mention, here's Raph. Largely based on the comic book appearance from the 80s. They all have a special power relating to their weapon of choice, and they all start off with charge, or an 8 speed. So, Raphael, Raphael can use Flurry. He deals penetrating damage when making a close attack. Okay, alright. So he's got Charger Flurry. Penetrating Flurry. He clicks into Combat Reflexes, as well as Battle Fury, as well as, and Close Combat Expert. Okay, so moving on to Michelangelo. Alright. Again, fighting through the swarms. Charge. Oh, right. On speed, after charge, Raph clicks into Leap Climb. In fact, all 4 of them do. The only differences on their dials are in damage, so we'll get to that, and the special power and stats. Some stats and special powers. But anyways, Nunchakus. Michelangelo can use Flurry. Each time he hits an opposing character after action resolve, you may give that character an action token. Okay. He's got Flurry with Incapacitate. Not bad. Alright. Donatello. Oh, yes, and he's got Michelangelo starts off with Empower, so put him next to Raph, and Raph's doing 3 penetrating instead of 2 with that Flurry, and he clicks into Close Combat Expert, as they all should. Next up, we've got Donatello, and his bow staff's a bit Now you might notice on these first 4 that they all have red bandanas as opposed to the colored bandanas we're all familiar with from the cartoons and movies. Again, these are based largely on the 84 comic series. These are based on the 84 comic series, and just are, instead of being black and white, they're in color. Alright, bow staff. All damage dealt by Michelangelo or by Donatello causes knockback, and he has a giant reach of 2. So what that means is when he hits an opposing character, well, they're going to be knocked back. They can be knocked back more likely than not, as there are certain powers do negate knockback. They can be pushed back so many squares. A number of squares equal to the damage dealt. Also, he has giant reach of 2, meaning that he is considered adjacent for combat purpose, for close combat purposes, up to 2 squares away. It's pretty useful. He also starts off with Outwit, and then clicks into Close Combat Expert. And finally, we've got my favorite of the 4, Leonardo, with his dual katanas. Okay, so he's fighting for the Swarms trait, and he has Katana. He uses Blade's Claw's Fangs. If he missed a close attack this turn, he can use Sidestep. And he also has leadership, as he is the leader of the team. So that's 200 of the 600 points. So we're a third of the way in. Okay. All right. Now, let's look at other allies. First off, get these suckers out. Oh God, there he is. And I gotta find that other one. Oh. There we go. First off, we've got Splinter, the father figure of the Ninja Turtles, and their sensei. And yeah, Large adult. He is, for all intents and purposes, their father figure. Okay, so Splinter brings it to the table the animal martial artist keywords as well as TMNT ally ones. He also has a trait. I have taught you all I learned. Splinter can use Empower. Hey, cool. Traded Empower. Now he has a unique modifier. Adjacent friendly characters with the TMNT keyword modify their attack values by +1. So what that means is that normally you'd think, oh hey, adjacent friendly characters, so you want to run at least 3 so that you can have Michelangelo next to 3 Splinters, and oh hey, look at there, he's got +3 attack. But no, with the being a unique modifier, it only affects, only 1 can affect. So having 1 works. Opens up with Sidestep, clicks into Force Blast. He also, on attack, he's opening up with Precision Strike. On defense, Super Senses, which clicks into Combat Reflexes. Then he's got Leadership, which clicks into Close Combat Expert. He comes in at 40 points. Next up, we've got Casey Jones. Probably my second favorite Ninja Turtles character. So Casey Jones is a vigilante who uses athletic equipment, and to be perfectly honest, I think that's one of the most inspired choices. When I remember just first seeing, I saw the action figure before I saw the character in the cartoon, and I thought that was really cool, just like one of the smartest things ever. I mean, yeah, I know who Batman was, but I also knew that Batman was a gazillionaire who, could just be like, hey, who had people that could make him his stuff if he wanted, that he needed. Casey Jones was, not. He was someone who, went to the sporting, who was like, well, probably had a job, would go to the sporting goods shop, be like, oh, hey, golf bat, golf clubs. Oh, hey, yeah, we'll grab a couple Louisville Sluggers, maybe, and a hockey stick. Yeah. Oh, with some pucks. Yeah. What else is going to come in handy? Oh, and a hockey mask, which admittedly has kind of immediately equated him with to Jason Voorhees to me. But hey, I was a kid. The movie made it very clear he was not in any way, shape, or form equated with Jason Voorhees. Alright, so, keyword-wise, we got Brute and TMNT Ally. He's got a trait. Alright, Shorty, show me what you got. Unique modifier. When Casey Jones is adjacent to a friendly character named Raphael, they both modify their attack values by +1. Okay, alright. So, it's a good idea to have the two of them together. Alright. Then we open up with Charge, which then we click, and then on Speed we click into Flurry. Next on Attack we open up with the special power Goongala Goongala. Give Casey Jones a close action and make a close attack. If he hits, after action resolved, move him up to 2 squares, automatically breaking away, then make another close attack with his attack and damage values modified by +1. Now, if you can keep him adjacent to at least to Raphael, then he gets a +2 to his attack. He's also on defense. He's got Willpower, which clicks into Combat Reflexes, and he opens up with Battle Flurry on attack, which really doesn't. I think he's got Battle Flurry the entire dial. I know he's got Goongala Goongala the entire dial. No, he's only got, it's funny, his Battle Flurry clicks are the same as his Willpower clicks. I don't usually equate Willpower and Battle Flurry, but hey, or Battle Fury. But hey, you know what? different people, different things, you know? Okay, so next on the list, probably the most recognizable ally of the Ninja Turtles, the young April O'Neil. Now you might notice that this is not April O'Neil in the yellow jumpsuit with, you know, and all that. This is from the, well, again, from a comic series. Oh wow, they're all, where she was a scientist who worked with Baxter Stockman. And if you are familiar, at least with the cartoon, you might recognize Baxter Stockman because he turned himself into a human fly hybrid. And not as scary of one as the Brundlefly. Anyway, so April O'Neil, what does she bring to the table? The scientist keyword, just like Donatello, as well as the TMNT ally keyword. And we start off with sidestep, going and moving into stealth. We got a bear attack dial, which, okay, that's fine. I mean, she's a support piece, to be perfectly honest. Then we open it on defense. We've got, they protect me, I give them a home. Unique modifier. As long as one or more friendly characters with the TMNT keyword or named Casey Jones are adjacent, April O'Neil and those adjacent friendly characters modify their defense values by +1. Okay, alright, she's, you know, she boosts defense, which, I mean, to be perfectly honest, the Turtles have got some decent numbers defense-wise, but, you know, okay. Let's see. Skilled Programmer. April O'Neil can use Outwit, and improved targeting ignores characters when she does. She also has Perplex later on in the dial. Just regular Perplex. She can't ignore characters then. And her, as well as Casey Jones, both cost 30 points. Okay, so, moving on. Oh, I hate the shape these cards get in. All right. So far we are at, let's see, the 4 turtles each coming at 50, so that's 200, 240 with Splinter, 230, 270 with Casey, and 300 with April O'Neil. So we're halfway there. Cue the music. Or, actually no, don't. I don't want a copyright strike from Bon Jovi. Anyways, so yeah, we'll go ahead and get these kids out. Okay. First off, we've got Raphael, and it's a much more familiar looking version of Raph. This one is based on the 1987 cartoon, obviously. Alright, so what does Raph bring to the table? We've got the trait Cool But Crude. Raphael can use Battle Fury and Shape Change. Okay, alright. Then we've got the special power attack Lock Blades. Blades, Claws, Fangs. Adjacent opposing characters can't use Blades, Claws, Fangs. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, he, of course, opens up with Charge. Now, these 4 versions of the Turtles all have, instead of the regular movement symbol, they have the dolphin, or the aquatic movement symbol. So anyways, like I said, we've got charge. He clicks into sidestep. After lock blades on attack, he gets Blaze Claw Fangs. And then he's got Indomitable. He's Indomitable and starts off with combat reflexes, which then goes into toughness. And his stats are pretty decent. He's got first click of charge, then a click of sidestep, then another click of charge, then 2 more clicks of sidestep, 3 straight clicks of lock blades, followed by 2 of blades, just regular blades, 2 clicks of combat reflexes, followed by 3 of toughness. And he comes in at 60 points. Alright, not bad. Next up, we've got Michelangelo, the party. First, let's. Again, you can see it's the cartoon version. Anyway, he's got the trait Party Dude. When Michelangelo or another friendly character with the TMNT keyword makes an attack, attack rolls of 11 are also critical hits. Alright. And then he's got a special power on movement, sewer skating. If he's indoors, he can use hypersonic speed. If he's outdoors, he can use sidestep. Okay, that can be quite useful. He has a blank dial on attack, but then on, let's see, with defense. Oh yes, after he's got 2 clicks of sewer skating, 2 clicks of flurry, and then his final click is also sewer skating. He got 2 clicks of toughness, 2 clicks of willpower, followed by 1 final click of toughness. Then on damage, we've got one. We start off with a click of perplex, 2 empower, 2 clicks of empower, 1 more click of perplex, and 1 more click of empower. Not too shabby. And like also, as with Raphael, he comes in at 60 points. Okay, next up we've got Donatello. Who's probably my second favorite turtle. I think that might be because that's the one that my mom was able to get for me for Christmas the year that, or in 1987. I think. I know I eventually did get it to Leonardo, but I think I started off with Donatello. I think anybody, him being the smart one, I think that a lot of kids would say, eh. But according to my mom, who has told me this story numerous times, that shit was crazy. I mean, like, we're talking grown women punching each other in fucking Toys R Us for action figures. What the fuck, man? But anyways, people, there are reasons I dislike the human race. That's one of them. Anyway, so that's something we can maybe talk about some other time, if ever. So, Donatello. TMNT ally, animal, and martial artist. Unlike his the version of him in the first set, as well, I think, unlike the version of him from the first set, he is not a scientist. Yeah. No scientist keyword, which is rather surprising. Anyway, he's got the trait, does machines. Give Donatello a power action when he's adjacent to an object or a character holding an object. Remove that object from the game, and all friendly characters with the TMNT keyword modify their attack by +1 until one of those characters hits an opposing character. Notice it's all friendly characters with the TMNT keyword, not all adjacent. So, oh yeah, that can be very fun too. Now on damage, he's got a special power, Brains of the Bunch, and you can use Outwit. When he does, you roll a d6. On a 5 or a 6, you can use Outwit a second time this turn, targeting the same character. Alright, so his dial. We start off with Leap Climb for 2 clicks, then 2 clicks of Sidestep, then a final click of Leap Climb. Nothing on attack, once again. We've got Defend on defense for 2 clicks, followed by 3 clicks of Toughness. And then we got 2 clicks of Brains of the Bunch, followed by 2 of Close Combat Expert, and a final click of Brains of the Bunch. And he, like his brothers, comes in at 60 points. Alrighty. Now on to Leonardo. Why they keep putting him last, I don't know. But there he is in his animated glory. Alright. And now he's got the trait. Well, first off, he's got the TMNT, TMNT Ally, Animal, and Martial Artist keywords. He's got the trait Leads. He can use Leadership. When he does and succeeds, modify the defense value of one friendly character with a TMNT keyword by +1 until your next turn. And again, once again, it does not specify adjacent, meaning that he can remove a token from, say, Casey, who removes a token off of Casey, and then maybe Raph, who is not adjacent, who's still adjacent to Casey, but not to Leo, gets his defense upped. Anyway, he has a special power on attack, Twin Katanas. He can use Blade's Claw's Fangs. When he does, he may instead roll 2d6 and choose 1 as the result. Okay, alright. That can be very useful, because even with the changes made to Blades recently, that's still much better, because you get, hey, maybe one of those d6 rolls comes out of 1, one comes out of 6. You're going to choose that. You're going to want to choose that 6 probably. Anyway, so he's got Charge. That for one on his first click. Then he's got, oh hey, just like Raphael, he's also Indomitable. But he's got 3 clicks of Leap Climb and a final click of Charge. His first 3 clicks give him Twin Katanas, followed by 2 clicks of regular Blades. Then we've got 1 click of Toughness, 3 clicks of Combat Reflexes, and a final click of Toughness, and then a Bear damage dial. Alrighty. Now, well, let's see, that puts us at 3, and our 4, 60 times 4, that's 240, so we're 540, we're 60 points shy, which is why we're going to use the Casey Jones from the second set. Again, based on cartoon, but to be perfectly honest, there's not much difference. I mean, Casey and Casey. There's not a lot of difference between the two in their looks. I mean, you can still tell them apart, but anyway, so Casey Jones from the cartoon, from the second set. We've got TMNT Ally and Martial Artist in the way of keywords. We've got a special power on defense. Body Check or Slapshot. Give Casey Jones a free action and choose Close Combat Expert or Range Combat Expert. he can use the chosen power until you choose again. He starts off with sidestep. He's got nothing on attack. Then on defense, we've got inertial deflection, and then okay, we have a full dial of sidestep. Then we've got inertial deflection, combat reflexes, inertial deflection, combat reflexes, and a final click of willpower, and then full dial of body checker slapshot. And he is 60 points, which puts us at an even 600. So that's our TMNT ally team. And I just realized I actually have not taken the New Mutants team from last week out of my case. So I mentioned I've used the turtles before, and I think I've even mentioned fairly successfully. Last year? I think it was last year before. We had a special type of tournament which is known as the Rock Tournament. Chances are, if you play HeroClix, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, so we had a Rock Tournament at my venue. And I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to play the Ninja Turtles. And I ran the ones from the first set along with April, Splinter, and Casey. 300 points even. First two games, I got annihilated. Part of it was I just couldn't get, my dice wouldn't roll for me, which, hey, it happens. So we took a little break, like, all right, so taking a break, and third round comes along, and suddenly I'm just, bam, I'm in the zone. And so, put all of them in there, wouldn't it? And so, like I said, I am taking out everybody and everything. I didn't do well enough to place high enough to win anything, but I guess I still did a whole hell of a lot better than I was doing. But and you know what? But the important thing was I had fun. Now, some of you might be wondering, why didn't I use April from the cartoon? I mean, it's not that I don't have her. Well, there she is. It's simply because, she's got support, which is always useful for first click. She's ever since the Superman Wonder Woman set, every character with the reporter keyword, it seems, has gotten a special power or trait which the title of which starts off, "The world needs to know," and it goes into for example, with April, the world needs to know your crimes. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose an opposing character within 4 squares in line of fire. Until your next turn, that character subtracts 2 from its breakaway rolls. Okay, alright. Problem is, 4 squares in line of fire puts her in a precarious position. and I'd rather not have her in that precarious position. Plus, now support, like I said, support's nice. You know, I mean, I can heal up the turtles, heal up Casey, but yeah, that 20 and it's just it just didn't fit. Maybe maybe some other day. Anyways, so the other team we're going to build today, TMNT Villains. Of course, we all know what that largely means. The Foot Clan. And the only reason, and I mean only reason, I'm not just straight up calling it the Foot Clan is because Bebop and Rocksteady don't have the Foot Clan keyword. At least not these versions. Oh, goody. Pretty sure I need him for that. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, yes, there. So, I really hope that's everybody. Okay. Now, this is going to be... Now, first off, when we talk about TMNT villains, well, let's be honest. There's really only one guy, one dude that we discuss. And that is the Shredder. Yes, this is the Shredder from the, as depicted in the in the animated series from the late 80s. Okay, so keyword-wise, we've got Foot Clan, TMNT villain, martial artist, ruler, and scientist. Now we've got a trait, must I do everything myself? Give Shredder a free action or remove an action token from him. If you can't, heal him one click. Activate this ability only if another friendly character missed an attack targeting a single opposing character this turn. Okay. We also start off with Sidestep, which when we click into charge on speed, so that's not bad. On attack, we've got the special. We start off with the special attack power, Retro Mutagen Ray. Shredder can use Outwit. When he does, the targeted character can use Earthbound Neutralized. So if he hits someone with, say, Indomitable, bye-bye Indomitable. With Flight, Sharpshooter, which isn't really a thing too much anymore. Tiny, giant, colossal, yeah. Turns it into a normal. Transform stuff, yeah. Anything not the norm. And actually, I'm not sure about the about damage powers or damage symbols. I'll have to find out, check it out on that. But after Retro Mutagen Array, we've got Blades, Claws, Fangs. Defense, we start off with Invulnerability, which goes into Toughness, and finally Mastermind, because, well, he's not going to take damage. When he gets to the point of Mastermind, he's taking damage. He's not going to take any more than he needs to. Then on damage, we start off with the special power, Surrounded by Others' Incompetence. Shredder can use Empower and Leadership. Not a very empowering or, or anything that comes off as something, leader-esque, but whatever. And then that clicks in. Then he clicks into Shape Change. He clocks in at 80 points. Now, that's not the only Shredder we're going to be using. We will also be using Shredder from the second set, Heroes on the Half Shell. This is actually the first Shredder I ever got. The first Shredder Clicks figure I ever got. Actually, to be perfectly honest, I think it's the first any figure of the Shredder in any way, shape, or form I've ever had. I never had a Shredder figure from the old toy line. I'm not complaining, I'm just, stating. Anyways, so let's take a look at those keywords. Foot Clan, TMNT Villain, and Martial Artist. Then we've got the trait Thermite Grenade. When Shredder is KO'd from an attack, deals 3 penetrating damage to all characters within 3 squares and on the same elevation of the square he last occupied. Not bad. It's kind of a miniature version of Pulse Wave. Actually, kind of does more damage. Then let's see. We start off with 2 clicks of Charge, a click of Stealth, and 2 clicks of Sidestep. 3 on attack, we've got 3 clicks opening up of Blades Claws, and then nothing on the last 2. And we've got first 3 clicks on defense. You cannot beat me, even 4-1. Shredder modifies his defense value by +1 for each opposing character within 3 squares. So you want to go. You don't want to go up against this guy up close. You want to keep him. You want to keep this guy at a distance, honestly. If you could keep him at range, if you could take that out at range, do it. Then after those 3 clicks of you cannot beat me even 4-1, we've got 2 clicks of Combat Reflexes. Then on damage, we've got 2 clicks of Head of the New York branch of the Foot. Shredder can use Leadership. When he doesn't succeed, instead of removing 1 action token, remove an action token from up to 2 adjacent friendly characters with the Foot Clan keyword regardless of point value. Okay. And after that, we've got 2 clicks of Perplex and nothing on damage on his last click. Interesting to note, he has printed damage of 3 on his entire dial. But anyways, he clocks in at 50 points, and this is actually the how Shredder looked in the 84 comic series. That's kind of neat. Now, of course, we've got Shredder's 2 minions. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. His mutant minions, Rocksteady and Bebop. Anyways, let's talk about Rocksteady first. That's what he's looking like. Okay. So we've got TMNT Villain, Animal, and Brute. Start off with 2 clicks of Running Shot, and then 7 clicks of Sidestep. Nothing on attack. We got 1 click of Invulnerability, 2 clicks of Toughness, 2 Bear clicks. Then we got a special power on defense, Banished. It's a stop click. For the rest of the game, Rocksteady can't be healed. After that, he has 3 clicks of Toughness. On damage, we've got Perplex, 2 clicks of Close Combat Expert, 2 clicks of Empower, and 4 clicks of Support with a 0 damage. So I can kind of see how he could be useful. I mean, obviously you want to keep him at his first on his first 5 clicks, but I mean, hey, you not bad as a, when he becomes a support character, he's not so bad, and he clocks in at 70 points. Next up, we've got good old Bebop. Oh, I should also mention that both Rocksteady and Bebop have a 4 range, and the first Shredder's got a 3 range, while the second Shredder has a 0. Alright, so Bebop. He's a TMNT villain. He's Animal and Brute. We got 2 clicks of Charge and 7 clicks of Sidestep. 1 click of Invulnerability, 2 Toughness, 2 Blank, 1 of Banished, which same thing as with Rocksteady. The rest of the game, Bebop can't be healed. And 3 clicks of Toughness, a click of Perplex, 2 Range Combat Experts, 2 Enhancement clicks, and then 4 clicks of Support. Starting with the point where he can't be healed. Apparently this is from a specific, these two are, the versions of them are from the Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures, which was a 1988 comic series. But at one point, the 2 of them get banished to the Eden planet. Well, okay, so we've got the 2 Shredders clocking in at 130. Bebop and Rocksteady each clocking in at 70, so that's 270. Okay, 270. So that means we've got we've got 330 points still. Well, okay. So, of course, when you've got Shredder and Bebop and Rocksteady, but you don't have Krang, because I don't have Krang, what else do you have when it comes to Ninja Turtle villains? You've got the Foot Clan. Foot soldiers, foot ninjas, so on and so forth. Okay, so, but we're going to start off with their leader-ish guy. Alpha 1. So Alpha 1 has Foot Clan, TMNT Villain, and Robot. He starts off with Sidestep, then clicks into, on attack he has Dimensional Displacement Device. Give him a power action, and choose a character within 5 squares. If that character is friendly, it must have the robot keyword. If that character is opposing, it can't have the robot keyword. Place that character adjacent. Now, if you've got Alpha, if you've got Alpha One, adjacent to some friendlies with decent stats when it comes to close combat, that can be very devastating to them. Or you can also, or if Bebop and Rocksteady are on their support clicks, you could move a foot soldier or foot ninja adjacent to them, and oh hey, support all better. After that, we've got Pulse Wave. On defense 1, we've got Indomitability, so built-in willpower. But we start off with Toughness and follow that up with Regeneration. Then we've got Leadership on damage, followed up by Perplex. He clocks in at 60 points. Okay, alright. That puts us at 330. Alrighty. Oh, I had this figured out too. I think I have this figured up. So. Alright. Row. Oh, I might be missing these frickers. It appears I do not have all of the foot ninjas from the second set. So I'm going to have to find something for 30 points. Probably and probably just be an extra foot ninja. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably the second foot ninja, twin katanas, which we'll get into that later. But anyway, so we'll start off with the foot soldiers from the first Ninja Turtles set. All right, so. Okay, so we'll start off with, in order, Foot Soldier, Sai. He's got twin size, just like Raphael. Alright, so, first off, the Foot Soldier, well, okay, we got Foot Clan, TMNT Villain, and Robot, in the way of traits, or keywords. And this we have a trait. There's more of these robots? When Foot Soldier is KO'd by an opponent's attack, roll a d6. On a 5 or 6, you may place a character named Foot Soldier from outside the game into your starting area or a square within 5 squares of it. So, okay, now there's an upside and a downside to this. One, it gives your opponent potentially more points. Two, it gives you additional forces as they come into play on their first click. Also, all the foot soldiers from this set have that trait. Anyways, so we got Sidestep, which clicks into Plasticity. Then Psy on attack, just like Raphael from this set. Flurry, penetrating damage when making a close attack. Then Toughness, which clicks into Willpower, and that's it. Pops in at 30 points. Next up, Foot Soldier. Oh, damn. Excuse me. Alright. Foot Soldier, Nunchaku. Foot Clan, TMNT Villain, Robot. More of these robots trait. Sidestep, Plasticity. Nunchaku special power is the same as the one that Mikey has. Flurry, each time he hits an opposing character, they add their actions, action token. Toughness and Willpower. Bow Staff. Oh, yeah. There's our Nunchaku wielding Foot Soldier. Next up, Bow Staff. Foot Clan, TMNT Villain, Robot. More of these robots. Sidestep, Plasticity. Bow Staff. Attacks cause knockback. Giant Reach of 2. Toughness, Willpower. Next on the list we've got Katana. Foot Clan, TMNT Villain, Robot. More of these robots. Sidestep, Plasticity. Katana. Blades cause fangs. Missed attack. Sidestep. Which... he's already got Sidestep. You can't... yeah, okay. Toughness and Willpower. Finally, we've got Foot Soldier with Chain Kama. Now that's actually something new. Foot Clan, TMNT Villain, more of these robots, Sidestep, Plasticity, Chain Kama. When Foot Soldier hits an opposing character with a ranged attack, after action resolve, you may place the hit character adjacent to Foot Soldier, and it can't be moved or placed during its next turn. Toughness and Willpower. And he rocks a 3 range, so, you know, I mean, it's not like he's going to be hitting people across the map, but, you know, he can still... It's another one of those things, you know, hey, put him right by me and I'll whoop his ass. It's kind of similar to Alpha 1's Dimensional Displacement Device power, but not. Anyways, they all clock in at 30 points. So, let's see, 130. 70 plus 140, that's 270, 330, 60, 90, 420, hit, 450, 480. Alright, so we're at 480. That gives us 120 points to go. Alrighty, so now you might have noticed that the Foot Soldiers did not possess the martial artist keyword. Well, that's simple. They're robots. So, you know, I think the best way to put it is that with the fact that they're robots, their martial artistry is programmed into them as opposed to learned. Whereas the Turtles learned their martial artistry. Same with Shredder. You know, and Casey Jones that has, yeah, and the Foot Ninjas. So, speaking of the Foot Ninjas. Alright, so we'll start with on them. for the Foot Ninja Qatar. Got a couple of Qatars there. Also known as, referred to by some as punching daggers. They're actually kind of cool looking, in my opinion. Yeah, we'll use that one because he... Okay, we'll use this one because he looks a little bit better and his blades are straighter. Anyways, so he's got Foot Clan, TMNT villain, and martial artist. On speed, he starts off with 500, the special power, 500 years of foot tradition. He can use sidestep and stealth. Also, he has improved movement and can ignore hindering terrain. After 2 clicks of 500 years of foot tradition, he has a single click of stealth. On his first 2 clicks, he then has Qatar, penetrating dagger, blades, claws, fangs, and when he makes a close attack while occupying hindered terrain, the damage dealt is penetrating. Then 1 click of willpower followed by 2 clicks of combat reflexes, and then we have 2 bear clicks on damage, and the final click being close combat expert. And clocks in at 30 points. Next up we have Foot Ninja Shuriken. I really love when they do figures with throwing effects because it just looks so cool. I think one Bullseye from Bullseye from the Deadpool set and Bullseye from Civil War both just look awesome because of those. Anyways, so Foot Ninja Shuriken, 500 years of foot tradition, sidestep and stealth for 2 clicks, and stealth for a click. Shuriken, weapon of distraction for 2 clicks. Unique modifier: when Foot Ninja hits with a range attack, hit characters modify their attack and defense value by -1 until your next turn. We got a click of willpower followed by 2 clicks of combat reflexes, 2 bear clicks on damage followed by a final click of close combat expert, and coming in at 30 points. Now we've got the Foot Ninja Twin Katanas. Alrighty, let's see. 2 clicks of 500 years of foot tradition, followed by a single click of stealth. Twin Katanas for 2 clicks, then nothing. Twin Katanas. Foot Ninja can use blades, claws, fangs. When he does, he may instead roll 2d6, choose one of them as a result. Also, let's see. Yeah, they all ignore hindering terrain for movement purposes. So, yeah. Then let's 1 click of willpower, followed by 2 clicks of combat reflexes, and 2 bear clicks followed by 1 click of close combat expert. And yeah, and then another Twin Katana Foot Ninja. Now, like I said, they have the martial artist keyword, and the foot soldiers do not, because the foot soldiers are robots. Now, a potential reason why the foot soldiers are robots is, or were robots in the cartoon, is it's a lot easier to kind of do the whole, oh, hey, you know, you can kill a robot on a kid's cartoon a lot easier than you can kill a person. So I get it. Actually, I don't mind it even. Though I might not mind it in part due to being some due to nostalgia. So I'm actually going to show off some sculpts right quick because some of these look really cool, and I never really got the opportunity to show them off. So here are the rare and super rare Donatello versions of Donatello and Raphael from Heroes on the Half Shell, which is the second set. There's Donnie. And again, I love effect stuff like that. Moving in the bow staff. And then here's Raphael, who, you know, is mid kick, size out. I played with the Leonardo and it looks so cool. I'd love to get my hands on it. Then the super rare and rare versions of our Heroes on the Half Shell are from the first set, as well as the new set, I might add. Oop, that's the new set one. Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. Are based on not the current upcoming, well, not the upcoming cartoon, but the cartoon that was airing at around that time. Yeah, there. Again, I'd love to get Raph from, or Leo from this, but though, to be perfectly honest, I mainly want Leonardo just so I can have all four. With Heroes on the Half Shell, I want Mikey and Leo. One, so I can have all four, and two, because I really like the looks. So, you know. But, yeah, there's some really cool stuff in these, and hell, they even did Mousers. These guys are for generic commons. They are in demand. I actually pulled two there, and there's also a Mouser Swarm piece, which is like 3 Mousers in one. They ignore hindering terrain for movement, and they can destroy squares. They can destroy walls and blocking terrain. And they can deal penetrating damage click by click. And they're tiny, so it's hard as hell to hit them with a range attack, especially when they've actually got decent defense. So, but anyway, so that's another thing, is we're going to be including we'll be bringing extra foot soldiers because, well, we might hit that 5 or 6. Anyway, tomorrow got something coming up which is kind of related to something I'm planning on doing down the road, but different. It's still comic book related, so that's but yeah, I hope you guys like that one, and I'll be playing one of these two teams tomorrow night after I do that video, so it's gonna be a bit before I let you know. Yeah. So, let's see. Oh yes, we will be on a technically speaking, starting Wednesday. I'll be on vacation. This means that videos are honestly, I might be doing more videos, than normal. I also some videos might be going up later, but yeah, we'll see what we can get out over the next week and a half. So yeah, that's it for me. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my social media as well as my Patreon are in the description box down below. Which, hey, with my birthday coming up, a one-time donation would be an awesome birthday present. No, I mean, you don't have to. You know, I'm happy just to be watched. Anyway, that sounded really bad. I'm happy just to have viewers. But yeah, I understand why I understand why, probably most of y'all don't. And, it's the same reason I don't. So yeah, we're good. But anyway, yeah. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying live long and rock hard.